Welcome, Twitch chat, YouTube, to Saturday Vintage Challenge. What are we doing today? Well, I've been really enjoying trying to play Stoneforge Mystic Cauldron Complete. The problem I had in the past with Stoneforge Mystic and Vintage was that getting Batterskull is dumb slow. Like, super slow. But getting Cauldron Complete is got haste and doesn't die, and it really just murders your opponents, which is, I do like that. I like when my opponents die. I don't want to sit around and play Jeskai control. But Justin, you've got Tundras and Volcanics in your deck. Yeah, I don't want to sit around. I want to kill them. And so we're trying to kill them with our Jeskai deck. We've got 4 monkeys, 4 Stoneforges for Batterskull and Cauldron. We even have a True Name Nemesis in here to really show them what's up. There is actually a lot of like random creature mid-range things going around because the format is so based so heavily around Wasteland right now. To complement being based so heavily around Wasteland, I'm running a snow-covered island, mountain, and plains. That's a lot of basics of a lot of different colors. I'm not 100% on this mana base, but I did have a Mystic Sanctuary in it at one point. That has been cut because I'm running a basic mountain and a basic plains. So basically what I did was, if you're in the Discord, you should be in the Discord. Senpai Blank, who is like the person playing Jeskai right now, put up this nice primer. It's got a table of contents. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. And this is their deck. This deck is great, whatever. It doesn't kill my opponent fast enough. So I took this existing deck, and I took some of the ideas that Senpai talks about in here. Why they're playing certain cards, what they're doing with certain cards, and I tuned it to be something more along the lines of what I want to be doing, which is killing my opponent. So what I did is I took their shell, and then I threw in the 4 Ragavan, 4 Stoneforge, and Stoneforge Mystic package, and then I cut out some more of the controlling things, like the 3rd Lavinia went, the 2nd Negation went, the 2nd Fluster, the Pyroblast, anything like that. I trimmed down on your reactive main deck cards, put them into the sideboard if possible, and tried to transform into more of a tempo-based monkey shell. So we're playing some MonkeyBlade today. The thing, I left the sideboard mostly intact. I found that I didn't like Containment Priest at all. I thought that card was complete garbage. But the rest of the sideboard is, I trimmed some things to fit in these counter spell based cards that I took out of the main deck. I wanted to make sure I had like 2 Flusters in my 75. This is Hate for Doomsday. I'm not actually sure how good it is. I did beat a Standstill player with it, so that made me very happy. And then I left the 4 Alpine Moons. I actually found them to be fairly good. I was a little skeptical because it's an Alpine Moon, but I played against an Urza Saga player and I completely murdered them with an Alpine Moon. So I was surprised and happy that seemed to be fairly viable. So overall, if you like playing Jeskai controlling shells, definitely go check out Senpai Blank's primer. It's like 22 pages at this point. The link I will put in the description of the video, as well as it's in the Discord. If it doesn't end up in the description of the video, just comment on the video and I'll put it there. But yeah, I'm attacking. I'm battling. I left in 2 Dax because I think Dak is super important right now, especially with things like Hollow One. And I just think that even though I'm a controlling deck, I do want some 3-drops to ramp into with my Ragavan. So I think Dak, Narset, True Name, and Mentor make a lot of sense here. So yeah, fair as can be. This is about as fair as it gets when Justin plays a vintage deck. So we'll see how it goes. Round 1, can I get some IMAC monkeys in chat? Get some IMAC monkeys in chat. I'd like to see some monkeys. Let's see what we got. Yeah, like I said, I've never played versus player, or at least I don't remember playing versus player, so I'm not actually sure what they're going to be on. My starting hand has, blue spells. Doesn't have a monkey or a Stoneforge, but we do have a Brainstorm, so I'm kind of down. This hand is obviously going to get murdered by Bazaar of Baghdad, but I would assume most game 1s get murdered by Bazaar of Baghdad. We do have some fun things. Like, Cauldron Complete can still maybe kill a fair version of Bazaar, but like Dredge, we're just going to get murdered. Not much to do about Dredge. I'm just going to lead Flooded Strand and pass. And then next turn, look at something like Volcanic Brainstorm. There's also lines like, depending on if my opponent's shops or not, I could go Time Walk Dak Fade in. Like if my opponent is shops here, I like force pitching Brainstorm, fetch basic Island, play basic Plains, Time Walk, Dak Fade in, whatever the other thing they have is. Underground Sea, Emerald. We got a Bug Gamer. Bug Gamers? Any Bug Gamers? Tarmogoyfs? Yep. Collector Oof, turning off your own Emerald. A classic bug play. Resolves. Strip Mine. Also a classic bug play. God damn it. Alright, well... Strip Mine's annoying, because if I go for a Time Walk, they're probably just going to Strip Mine me. I could very easily just go Volcanic Pass, look for like a Brainstorm. I do think there's like a lot of upside to going Volcanic, fetch a basic Island, Time Walk. Like there's a lot of upside to that. The problem is if they do Strip Mine me before my Time Walk turn, I'm not going to be able to play any of my 3-drops anyways, and then I'm like looking at a Brainstorm with no fetch land, which I hate. So I think I'm just going to play Volcanic Island and pass. I mean, I can't make them do anything. Like, I don't want to fetch additional duels that turn on their additional wastelands or whatever. I think the biggest thing here is I want to be able to Brainstorm with a fetch land. Interesting they haven't. Maybe they'll... I don't know. See what we got. All right, so we can definitely put away this Sapphire and I guess another Dak Fade in because we don't really want either of those. Sapphire. Dak Fade. Yeah, I mean, if they're gonna Strip Mine my island, I think that's fine. Okay, they're gonna do that. That's also fine. All right, so now I do have routes to getting a 3-drop Walker in play with Time Walk. I'm definitely just gonna get my basics. Obviously, this turns off, like, if I get too many basics, it turns off Assassin's Trophy, which is not great. So maybe I don't get the Mountain. See what happens. All right, so they have a Tarmogoyf, a Force, and an Endurance. All right, well, I'm definitely going to just start by Time Walking then. See if we can't hit a land so that we can play a 3-drop Walker here. It's surprising that they chose not to play Tarmogoyf, right? They're trying to have like Force backup or something. Well, unfortunately, I was unable to find my 3rd land after going Fetch, Probe, and Walk. But I can turn off their Force of Will, I guess, which is not nothing. Definitely was looking to draw a land there. But... or even a Preordain. Alright, so I assume Tarmogoyf comes down here. I think I would just force this Tarmogoyf. It's going to buy me a lot of time, keep creatures off the board, and give me the ability to try to play a 3-drop. Normally, I don't really care about a Tarmogoyf because I have Swords and Prismatic Ending. But just like this current hand isn't really set up that way. So I believe I'm just going to get. I got a basic forest. Interesting. Oh, they drew a Deathrite Shaman. Huh. Interesting. I think I'll force that too. I'm just gonna force pitch this Flusterstorm. Well, the Flusterstorm has some value if my opponent draws like Ancestral Demonic or the Delves. I mean, the Fluster seems so bad. Should get pitched this Flusterstorm. I don't think I need to force this Deathrite. If I had like a Swords or something, then I probably wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't force any of the creatures if I had a Swords, but I don't know. I really just want to be able to untap here, draw a land, and slam a 3-drop. That's like my biggest, the biggest thing I want right now is just to draw a fetch land, slam a 3-drop. All right, so I'm glad I got rid of this Sapphire, and I actually have to get rid of this Monkey as well because I don't have a red source because I just haven't found any lands. All right, there's my land. So unfortunately, this does mean that my opponent has a Tarmogoyf this turn. So I might have to just let the Tarmogoyf go, play the Narset, and get it, and like try to find a Swords, get my Narset killed maybe. I mean, one's a Wednesday and one's a Saturday. Those are different things. I mean, I could force a Tarmogoyf and just choose one walker to go with. Or force the Endurance and choose a walker to go with. I mean, if opponent's going to give me a draw step and they're going to play a Flash Endurance, then that gives me another chance to find another blue card, which I like. At this point, if they attack with the Oof, I still don't think I would trade. I mean, I know they have Force. Just gets another creature off the table. I actually probably will trade here. It turns on their Force if they draw a blue card, but it also means there's going to be no creatures on the table when I slam a Planeswalker. So I think I'm actually fine with this. I mean, I know their hand. If I didn't know their hand, I probably wouldn't do this because it opens up like Dredger Cruise, but I mean, yeah, if they have to draw Treasure Cruise and dig in their 0 draw spell deck. Like their hand is Tarmogoyf, Force of Will, Endurance. I know their hand. Like, yes, they can definitely draw their Delve spells, and that would be very, very bad for me. But if I just play like a Narset here, that just eliminates Cruise and Ancestral. I just force the Endurance, and then I try to find a Swords to Plowshares. Like, I'm pretty well off. So what I'm going to do is fetch the Volcanic, and then use the Volcanic to... Geez, I'm out of Volcanics. Okay. Noted. I have an island, a mountain still. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play a Narset, and I'm going to go find a Swords to Plowshares with it, and then I have an answer for both of their things. I can probably just Swords the first one. And we'll be in great shape. So I'm just looking for Swords to Plowshares off this. Everything else is like kind of bad. Ancestral's fine. Prismatic Ending is fine because then I will just force the Endurance. I think I'm just supposed to force this Endurance because I don't know if I'll draw Swords to Plowshares or not. And this way my Narset gets 2 activations. And I feel like I'm just in great shape if I do this. So my opponent's hand is Tarmogoyf, Force of Will, and they can't draw draw cards. All right, so I just want Ancestral or Preordain now on this. Or wait, what is this? They're just fetching to F6, I assume. It's just a tropical island. Yeah, so the Ragavan video is on YouTube, 5-color Ragavan. Unfortunately, it didn't I'm really pissed off about it because I had to take it down because I didn't take it all the way down. I privated it because it had incredible audio issues. It had like 5 or 6 sound bleeps and it was really, really bad. So I had to private it. I fixed all the sound issues and then I re-put it back up on like 6 hours later. But after that, like the YouTube algorithm was like, well, it's already been up for 6 hours and has no views, so it's garbage, and we won't show it to anybody. So now like that Ragavan video is like 600 views instead of 2,000 or 1,500, and it's just like, come on, YouTube, what are you doing? But if you want to watch 5-color Deathrite Shaman Ragavan, that video is on YouTube right now. It's like the second video from the. All right, so we found a swords, perfect. All right, so now as long as they don't draw a blue spell to pitch to force, we should be able to swords this Tarmogoyf. A question will be, should I wait and play around Flusterstorm? And like go to my turn before swordsing this? Oh, they just drew 2 creatures? Okay. Ah, they drew an Assassin's Trophy. Well, that's pretty damn good. So we're both on top deck wars, and I have a better mana base. Interesting. All right, well, we get my basic mountain here. I think the best top decks are like Ancestral and Ragavan, maybe Dak Faden. That's a pretty good one. Should I get Batterskull? That way, if they Abrupt Decay my Stoneforge Mystic, I can still play it. Probably. Why would I get... Kaldra here is just super weak to Oko. I think in this matchup, like I definitely like Kaldra, but... Alright, so they have nothing. Good. Yeah, so my thing is if they like Fatal Push or Abrupt Decay my Mystic, then I can still cast my Batterskull. Or if they like play Oko here. Did they really draw a Delve spell? They drew a Leo. Okay, that's fine. I definitely love Kaldra right now because of how fast it clocks, but I don't think... I mean, and I think it is good in this matchup. I just think this is a better choice. That's really annoying. So I actually could almost equip this Ragavan. Guess I'll just play it. Well, they found a cantrip. The only one of the 3 cantrips in their deck, because they're not a preordained deck. They shuffled though, so just a blind draw. So I know they have force and a blind draw, and we currently have an active Batterskull, but we can't draw any cards because of Leovold. All right, they drew something they're casting. They actually drew the Oko, so we're going to be pretty happy here that they can't hit our Batterskull. If they choose to hit our Germ, then that's fine. But if they hit our Batterskull, we're good shape. Okay, so they hit our Batterskull. So we're just going to return the Batterskull to the hand. We don't have to play around removal, so we don't have to do the trick where we like activate Mystic, hold priority, return Batterskull, or anything like that. So I will just return this Batterskull to my hand. And then we'll kill the Oko, losing the Ragavan or the Stoneforge Mystic. Yeah, I think they chose the wrong line. But, I mean, maybe they just didn't know that this is what was going to happen. Wow. I can't actually cast that right now because of this Leovold. I wonder if I can incentivize a block with the Leovold by equipping onto the Ragavan. And is that actually better? So here's a theoretical line. If I equip onto Ragavan and attack Oko, they could block with Leovold, and then they can Oko the Batterskull. I get to draw 3 random cards. If I attack like this, they keep their Leovold, they lose their Oko, and they kill Stoneforge probably, so that they can draw a different Ragavan. I think I'm just attacking all at this Oko. I guess they theoretically could also still just block, chump block this to keep the Oko in play. But that would be fine with me, so. I suspect we lose a Stoneforge or a Ragavan. Maybe the Stoneforge. Ragavan doesn't trigger unless it hits a player. Yeah, chump blocking the Germ would be good for us. But they're like never going to do that. Right? I can't imagine you would ever do that. Yeah, this just makes the most sense to me. There's like something to be said about casting Ancestral on their upkeep to draw a card. But they actually have like hard cast force, so even if we were to like cantrip, I don't know, it doesn't seem very good. I'm only in a rush if they chop deck a Delve spell, right? Prismatic Ending. Unfortunately, if I cast this on the Leovold, they draw a card and then they counter my Prismatic Ending, which seems not good to me. So I don't think I'm supposed to do that. I would have to have them tap below hardcast force mana somehow. Or draw like a fluster, which I binned already in this game, so. I think the best draw for us would have been Stoneforge Mystic, because then I can just put in a Kaldra with this Stoneforge Mystic, and we just probably win on the spot. That's a pretty good one, too. I think we're going to look to do that on their end step, and that will draw Force of Will. Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to equip Stoneforge Mystic here. Because that would allow top deck Oko, and we would be ruined. All right, so I'm going to cast Dig Through Time, which I assume is going to be met with a hard cast force. Not really much I can do about it, though. I don't, like, have... Now, let's try to hit all the Planeswalkers. Oh, they have everything in their yard, so... I guess we want to hit all of our lands, so they can't... I mean, it doesn't actually matter, right? All of our lands and all of our creatures. So yeah, I assume this will be fetch, hard cast force. And then our opponent will be left with 2 unknowns. And I think at that point, I will hit the Leovold with a Prismatic Ending. Yeah. This is actually... I don't have Mystic Sanctuary in my deck anymore. Never mind. Never mind. Alright, so I don't know my opponent's 2 cards. Is it correct to Prismatic Ending this Leovold? Is the next question. I kind of don't need to. Which makes me think I'm not supposed to give them a free card to look at. But it does, you know, allow us to play Magic. We could win on the spot, too, if we draw into a Stoneforge. I don't think I'm supposed to, is my conclusion. What do I have left to fetch? I have a Tundra. And that's it. I should probably fetch on upkeep then, just so I don't draw the Tundra. Did I consider a Triome? No, I did not. Okay. Are you willing to go to 1 life? Oh, looks like they have something here. Is this going to be an Endurance? Ah. A Vigor. Okay. We might want to look at equipping a Batterskull next turn for lethal. But the problem is, like, if I had equipped the Batterskull that turn for lethal, I would have lost my Batterskull to Force of Vigor. So I kind of just don't really ever want to do that. You know? This is why I got Batterskull and not Kaldra. Though Kaldra wouldn't get killed by Vigor, but it would have gotten killed by Oko. So I'm pretty happy with my choice of getting Batterskull in this game. So if they have another Force of Vigor, then this Batterskull will die. But I think it's totally worth the timing here to make sure I get another attack in. Alright, this fetch is actually useless. I do not have a Brainstorm, nor do I have another land to get. Alright, another Germ comes in. Another one? A Hull Breacher. Okay. Are you going to double block? Or are you going to fog? Alright. Accept. Alright, I mean, continue on the course that has been laid out before us. It is, like, still concerning if my opponent draws a Delve spell, though, right? Like that one? Like, am I actually winning if they, like, draw a Delve spell here? I'm not convinced I am. So what do they get with this Demonic Tutor? Just Ancestral Recall? Why not cast Preordained to Scry? Yeah, I guess we could have done that. I don't know. Didn't really seem like a strong play. Holding Preordain allows us to draw Force of Will, in which case we can cast Prismatic Ending with Force of Will back up. I assume they just got like dig through time or something, right? Something that gives them 2 cards they want. Oh, collector oof. Collector oof plus removal or something? I don't know. They just turned off their Black Lotus. I think this is the turn I'm supposed to Prismatic Ending. I don't think I attack first, because if I draw a Stoneforge Mystic with my Ancestral Recall, then they don't die because I don't have enough mana to do that. Never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm actually 1 mana short, so I do attack first. Looks like they have Collector Roof plus Assassin's Trophy, right? Which means that my Prismatic Ending will not get countered. And unless they draw a misstep, my Ancestral also will resolve. So I guess it's fine. These 2 draws were atrocious, though. Ooh, boy. Definitely could have preordained Scryed. Oh, they just conceded? What happened? I'm so confused. Did they like tutor oof and not have the other card? What happened? Oh yeah, we were winning this game. we were most certainly winning this game. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What a fun game of Legacy we just played. All right. Jeskai Primer. What do you say about Bug? Pretty sure it's just Swords to Plowshares. Obviously we have to, manipulate our thoughts on the matter because our deck is a little bit different, but I like Swords to Plowshares, and I don't really like. I don't know. I already took out a lot of the cards that are bad in the matchup. I could take out like another Negation and another Fluster. But like a lot of the cards that are bad in the matchup I've already taken out. Excuse me, man. Just not feeling super hot today. I think I'm just gonna take out Fluster and Negation. I guess I could keep Negation because I could hard cast it and like get rid of a Force of Will, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how much a Red Blast Baroko is necessary. It might be fine. But what's it better than? Narset, maybe? Theoretically, we should be able to keep creatures off the table, so Narset shouldn't be that bad. Yeah, but what is it better than? What don't you want in the deck? Yeah, I would agree for the most part that I don't typically play Narset versus Bug, but that's when I'm playing combo. Like, this deck, I should actually have more creatures than my opponent. Yeah, Lavinia is, like, not fantastic. But Lavinia is, like, fine. I guess I think Lavinia and Pyroblast are both fine, and Narset is fine. No, I want my, like, 3-drop value engines, I think. I could probably trim a Ragavan on the draw. Seems like it's going to be hard for a Ragavan to get in. I'll just trim a Ragavan. I think it's more important to have 4 Ragavans on the play. I mean, this certainly looks like a hand of Magic the Gathering cards. Fetch basic island, fetch basic plains. So I'm gonna save my Tarn so I could fetch basic Mountain if I need to. I'm gonna use both my strands. Yeah, sure. Don't care. I think I'm just gonna start with Lavinia though. That'll just turn off their forces. Fucking every time. it's incredible. Oh man. Force? Survey says. Definitely getting a Cauldron this game, seeing as I can't bounce my own Batter Skull because of this Collector Roof. Nice. Force on our Lavinia, pitching take through time. Sure. Absolutely. I accept. I absolutely 100% accept. Wasteland, yeah. I don't really want to fetch my basic mountain yet because I don't want like my Assassin's Trophy to have no targets. Or their Assassin's Trophy to, my search on the Assassin. Yeah, sure. Okay, well, we're never getting anywhere with this Black Lotus. Noted. All right, they have 2 cards in hand and a pair of bears. We have 6 cards in hand, and we're about to get a 5/5 indestructible monster and have force backup for Oko. So, I am happy with where we're at in life. We also have a Swords to Plowshares. Yeah, I'm gonna go get Cauldron complete. Man, imagine playing Bug. Couldn't be me. Yeah, Pyroblast is mostly not in main decks at the moment. Just because there's actually just not very many blue-red decks. It's mostly all blue-black decks. I could totally play some Pyroblast in the main deck of this deck, but I had to fit in 4 Ragavan, 4 Stoneforge Mystics somehow. I guess I could die to 2/2s because I didn't get my 4/4 lifelinker, but Ancestral Recall, 1 card in hand. I feel like I would rather this didn't happen. Ooh, a monkey. I'm just gonna play a monkey as a 2/1 blocker. Could be a Hull Breacher. Could be Endurance or something. I don't know. Could be a boat. Looks like it's a Hull Breacher then. Don't think we want a Ragavan dash. Doesn't seem very good to me. I would rather just play Ragavan as a 2/1 blocker and be able to still get like another Volcanic or a Tundra for Swords or something. Yeah, sure. You got it. What if I daze you, opponent? Did you think about that? I could re-equip my Cauldron if this germ somehow went away. And I killed both their Collector Roofs. 2 cards left in my opponent's hand. 2 cards in my hand. I have a bit of a stronger board. Teensy bit. Land, 1 card in hand. I accept. Sure. Anytime. I got more of those. All right. Well, now what I can do is if I need to force something, I can Swords the Collector Roof and Hardcast Force, which is sick. So thank you for trading your Collector Roof for my monkey. Much appreciated. You are currently not winning this race. Though, they can always draw their other Delve spell. Could draw Dig Through Time. No, can draw Treasure Cruise. They exile Dig Through Time. Oh, they're coming in with Collector Roof. Sure. The race is on. I would say we're the Bolt deck, but we're not the Bolt deck. There are just no bolts. What do we got? Time Walk. Sure. Strip Mine. We no longer can. All right, so I'm gonna keep up. I want to keep up. So I guess if they have an instant, yeah, I want to keep up Force. So I'm just gonna cast Swords on this now. It's only an instant that I wouldn't be able to do. But if it's like an Oko, I have the ability to force it. Yeah. Get in there. Should I play around Hull Breacher and not attack with this Stoneforge Mystic? Seems pretty free to do so. I guess they could have Endurance as well. Yeah, attacking with the Stoneforge just doesn't seem like it makes any sense. Doesn't really change the clock. Nope. Does not. Well, you need a blocker, and I have a force, so 2-0 versus Bug. Blue. Black. Leo. Sure. Leo is merely an ant in the way of Cauldra complete. Now I think the Stoneforge goes in. If I had attack with Stoneforge last turn and they did not have a Hull Breacher, then... What? Okay, fair. Then I would have actually had lethal with Trample here. So it actually was a reason to attack with Stoneforge last turn. And that would be if they had exactly Leovold, I would be able to attack through it. But yeah. I mean they're pretty dead here, so choosing death seems fair. My deck is good against Bug, which is a nice place to be. I love beating up on Bug players. Very happy with that game, those games. Kind of wasn't really close at any point. All right, here we are in round 2. We're up against Non-Basic Land, who, when I played them yesterday in a league, was playing Urza's Saga Esperpia. So we'll see what happens. I've got a classic no blue source ancestral hand. So this one's going to go back. This one's got a turn 1 monkey. So it's going to stay. I am going to put away the Swords to Plowshares, as I don't expect my opponent to have something I can Swords. But they have some range. They could play like Painter, and I would be very sad, I guess. I'm gonna use my Pearl and get this dashing monkey in there. See what my opponent's doing. I'm okay with, oh, I have to fetch a red source, so I have to fetch a volcanic. This got forced. Pitching Fluster. All right, well. What's a guy to do? Well, I'm almost out of cards. They're almost out of cards. 4 cards versus my 2 cards, and I have 3 mana sources. Hopefully, they're like fully banking on an Ancestral with no other backup, and I can just misstep it, and we can play a nice top deck game. I'll probably go for our end of turn Brainstorm. If this is a top, I will probably counter it. It is an Ancestral. I was ready. Nice hand. I think what I want to do is maybe I'll draw a Gush Island, float red blue, Gush, Ponder, Preordain, just try to find like a monkey. It's not like it's not exactly following the Gush book here, but I think just resolving all of my draw spells is viable. Don't think I want either of those. I'm kind of looking for like a Mentor or a Dak or a Narset or a Monkey or a Stoneforge. Didn't really find those. How about this one? All right, found everything after I don't have 3 mana anymore. All right, so I think they're on Esper PO. What I can do is just take the Force of Will this turn, take the Mentor next turn, and take the Dak Fade in the turn after. And I mean, that seems pretty good to me. We are on the move here. So the best thing my opponent can do is probably Mana Crypt Tinker, which we have covered. So pretty happy with where we're at. Soul Ring. Yeah, I would rather counter a payoff than counter the Soul Ring. I also can steal this Soul Ring if I had ordered the other way around. I don't know if that means I made a mistake in the way I ordered my cards, but felt like the best value was to get the Mentor first. So I guess the upside here is if my opponent goes like land, Tinker with Flusterstorm backup, bricks, I can then Dak their Citadel. Okay, well, we found the 0 drops. They have PO for 3. Blue, white, no. PO on my upkeep, maybe? We're most certainly stealing this Soul Ring. I'm a little scared, but my opponent only has 2 cards in hand, so they would have to really be like Tinker Fluster or PO Fluster, and they've already pitched a Fluster, so not bad. They're doing their best not me impression with 1 land, Force of Will, Ancestral, all artifacts. I mean, it's the kind of hands you want to keep if you're playing PO, you know. Force, restricted cards, all artifacts is definitely in the top tier of hands you can keep. We've cast 0 forces this game. No, we cast 0 forces this game because we had a misstep. All right, opponent is blue-white Lavinia. All right, well, I just have to force this because my force and dig through time are not doing anything if I don't. And then we can Dak this Soul Ring. And as long as their last card isn't Tinker, we're in good shape. Yep. All right, so they have a Tundra, a Lotus, and a Dead Opal at the moment. They're under a clock. And let's see what Io can pull off. Like I said, Tinker's still pretty good here, as they can just use Lotus, Opal, and Tinker it away. Oh, they drew a... So they could sack Lotus and PO for 2. Merchant Scroll can't get Ancestral Recall, can get PO though. So they can, right now, they can go PO for Opal, Sapphire, draw 2. Which is not super strong, but definitely a start. They hit a land, so they still have Sapphire, Opal, and an Unknown. We're looking for a kill here. We have an active DAC to find a draw spell. I mean, that also is pretty good, yeah. Probably very lethal. All right, PO. So I'm looking at Mindbreak Trap. We didn't see any sagas, so I don't think we can assume saga. I think we're just going to look for like Mindbreak Trap, Pyroblast, Flusterstorm at the moment. I do think they have sagas if I remember my match from last night correctly. But I guess I technically have the power. I could go look at my last match from last night. Because if they do have Saga, there's like some value in Alpine Moon, but it's a little narrow, so. It was not the correct search term. I think we'll just do this, and we'll just take out Swords and Endings, and play 0 creature removal. And then if they are on Saga, maybe we can bring in like a Bifrost instead of a True Name, because True Name's pretty useless. And that way, another thing I like to do in this matchup is like trim a Stoneforge Mystic and a Batterskull, because you don't really need to have 2 artifacts. You can just use Cauldron Complete. So I kind of like the idea of like trimming Stoneforge, Batterskull, bringing in a second Bifrost, and I guess Prismatic Ending hits artifacts, so maybe that's the next best thing we can keep. It also hits like a Saga token too. It's probably better to just do a Prismatic Ending than like any of the other ones. Yeah, I like the idea of like 3 Stoneforge and 1 Cauldron Complete instead of the 4 and 2. I just don't think you need a Batterskull in this matchup at all. All right, so on the draw versus PO, you're looking to keep a hand that has Force of Will. This one doesn't have Force of Will, has a lot of lands and a dead card. I kind of want to just mulligan it. Sure. This can doesn't do anything, but if we draw spells, it does something. You could probably take out one of the basics in this matchup as well if you wanted to. Turn 1. Oh, that's a key. Okay, so if they're playing key, it means they're definitely playing Saga. So maybe we need to reevaluate if we go to game 3, if we want Alpine Moon or not. All right, well, they have a bunch of mana, so this Flusterstorm definitely gets a little bit worse, but it does still counter PO as of right now. We're just looking to find an action spell, like a monkey would be pretty reasonable. Another blue card, so we can have Force of Fluster would be nice. Even a Stoneforge Mystic that we can play on turn 3 is fine. Yep. Is this a PO? So this is PO with extra mana floating to play for Flusterstorm. So I have to cast Negation Pitching Force. And if they have Flusterstorm back up, we have it covered. So yeah, we were not able to Flusterstorm the PO because of the Manifold Key Soul Ring interaction. Balance. Alright, well, I'll just Fluster that. Don't feel like losing my whole hand for no reason. If we draw a blue card, that's fine, because that will let us not die to a Tinker on the next turn. Okay, blue card. All right, so we have a Tinker covered, which is nice. Now we just need to find pressure. Oh, they do have Saga. Yeah, that's really good here because it's going to be quite large creatures. And it tutors top. So I definitely think we might need to bring in Moons for game 2, but I don't know how many Sagas they actually play because they are on Esper. Like pretty heavily Esper. They might be on like 2 Sagas, so maybe it's not actually worth bringing in Moons and just have things to kill them. Yeah, maybe. The problem is if you get rid of all your Force of Wills and they just like cast a PO on your turn, then you're dead. So I don't really like that line, Sullivan. But I'm going to die to these constructs here, it looks like. Saga's a pretty good follow-up to PO stuff. That's a good draw, though. I mean, it's not a great draw because they're just going to kill the first one with Saga token, but... See, normally this game would be over if PO didn't have Saga, so maybe Saga is actually decent in PO. I don't know. Hard to say. They still look pretty dead to me, but... I guess, like, theoretically, this is not actually a land, right? It could have been a spell. So they could have had another, like, action spell, like a Night's Whisper or something, and maybe it would have been better. Play Meltdown. Typically not necessary. And you typically want to have your artifact hate cards be good against workshop decks. So I do have Biforces. I don't know if I have both Biforces in. I do have both Biforces in, so I could easily kill both of these constructs. They obviously got top, which is very, very, very good. We do have to draw things right away, but we have the tools to do so. So it's really going to depend on like how good our Ancestral is. But Saga quite good here, for sure. I just don't think I'm allowed to bring in Alpine Moons because I just don't believe that this player's version can play that many Saga. If you're playing Tundra, two Tundras, I assume two two Underground Seas, I feel like you can only have room for 2 Sagas. Maybe you have 3 Sagas. So we are going to have to like immediately draw removal. So... Jesus. All right. All right, draw 3. We've got Monkey. All right, so Mentor is perfect. Mentor is going... I mean, Mentor's not actually perfect right now because I do need a spell to follow up with Mentor, but this does give us a chump blocker. Even though oh, wait, Mentor's not perfect because they have a Manifold Key. God damn it. the natty manifold key. Making a construct unblockable means Mentor is not going to be good enough either. That would be less tilting if they had already, like, if they had searched for manifold key. But why would we not use the manifold key to double draw? We're fetching away the Sensei's Top to Mystical Tutor for a Tinker. I mean, I guess that's pretty fair, considering it's fairly unlikely that we have a follow-up force, but we do have a follow-up force, so it also makes their construct smaller. So this went really well for us. I feel like they should have at least activated key to keep their top. So that was a pretty big misplay from my opponent's side of the table. I don't know if it'll end up costing them or not. We'll find out. But they could have kept their top by just using top, activate, hold priority, key, untap, activate. Then they draw a card and they top. Wow, okay. I think I'm definitely going to chump. Am I definitely going to chump? I can hit their top card with a Ragavan without having to play another Ragavan. Am I going to chump? I guess I have to chump. Yeah, this key is going to be just so hard for us to beat. I need a draw spell with my Mentor. You think he'll know to untap constructs? I'm not sure. I feel like they're going to know to untap constructs, and I should just play this correctly, where I just cast the Ragavan. All right, well, I need to draw action spell on the next turn. I would have gotten a Gataxian Probe off of my Ragavan. Sad day. Oh, they drew PO. Fantastic. That's a good one to draw. It's kind of incredible, seeing as they threw away their top, which is the best way for them to find action spells. Like, they don't really play Preordains and stuff in their deck. They just nattied it. They did draw, it looks like, a land at the very least. So... Alright, they do know about unblockable. So they have one unknown. They didn't really get very far with this PO, which is pretty lucky for us. And we are dead next turn, unless we draw removal. If we draw the prismatic ending for the key, I think we will probably be in good shape. I didn't draw any draw spells. Well, I did. I drew an Ancestral, so that was pretty good. Dak on key would have also worked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this and bait a Mentor block and see if that happens. All right, we didn't get there. Unfortunate. I feel like we had a lot of top decks that won this game, but yeah, like those two. If this Lavinia didn't exist, Time Walk into Dak should totally win this game. It's pretty unfortunate. So the misplay was not punished. Do I want to bring in Alpine Moons for Saga? Oh, I also had Biforces I could have drawn. I had 2 Biforces that wiped my opponent's board. Wow, I had so many. I had so many outs. That's pretty sad. All right. I don't think so. I don't think I want to bring an Upland Moon. I think I'm just going to keep how I have it. Yeah, that's pretty rough. Pretty rough loss for sure. Yeah, it looks like a pretty good keep to me. I don't think I'm going to hold this probe for Mentor. I think I would rather just see what their hand is to sculpt what I want off my Preordain. They did keep a 7-card hand here. Wow. So they have another Not Me style PO hand where they They have Mana Crypt, Opal, Top, Land, Narset, PO, Balance. It's pretty yikes. Pretty good against my mentor. Put it that way. Guess I want a Ragavan for next turn after I am forced to force something here. Yeah, this looks pretty bad. I might have to. What if I force top? Oh, never mind. All right, never mind. Never mind. They drew another restricted artifact. Yeah, I just have to force PO or I lose. But if they just play a Narset here, I probably lose the game. What am I gonna do? This is definitely the PO hands that win tournaments, so it's pretty rough that I've been playing this Jeskai deck and I just can't seem to beat PO players. I guess I don't have 4 Pyroblast, so it is a little bit different back than when I played PO, but I also just feel like these hands are just completely unreal. It's hard for you to sculpt a better PO hand against a control deck than just having 4 artifacts, 1 land, and 3 payoff spells. So the problem here is if I go down to 2 cards and my last 2 cards are force, then I just die because they have 2 payoff spells. And if I go land monkey, I just have to force it. Like, it's just so bad for me. There's just nothing I can do. My opponent drew too well. I guess I can draw a Pyroblast. That's about the best I can do. All right, I can draw their Ancestral off of Ragavan, maybe. I don't know. The hand is too good. The hand is just too good. Like, Flusterstorm doesn't even beat my opponent's hand, so it's like you actively had to have. It's just not good enough. I'm glad my opponent's not drawing 6 cards, but it's so sad. It's too sad. There's just nothing I can do. I could have not kept the Ragavan. And then if I had they just drew another Moxen anyways. Okay, sure. Maybe if they play around negation, which they probably, I guess they don't need to. Like, what if they got negated game 1? I guess they just don't care. Sure, whatever. Yeah. Incredible. Whatever. Certainly the hands that PO looks good in are the ones where you draw just only artifacts and payoffs. Trying to figure out what I could have done differently. I just have to have more sideboard cards and draw them, I guess. Like Stony Silence. My opponent can't beat a Stony Silence with this hand. I don't play any Stony Silence. It's kind of hard to play a Stoneforge Mystic Ragavan with Stony Silence. I think I just need to draw better. Like, I really just don't think there was. I think there was 0 chance for me to ever win this game with the hand that I kept. And I'm never gonna mulligan the hand that I kept. I kept Threat, Force, Probe, Preordain. Like, I'm just never going to ever mulligan that hand. So, just unfortunately a game where I have no agency. That is some vintage though, for sure. My threats don't matter. I actively had to have 3 forces. Like, my threats are completely irrelevant in this game. I had to have 3 forces. Or, like I said, a Pyroblast would have been good enough. And I am playing less than 4 Pyroblasts, so... I mean, when we probed their hand, we knew the game was over. So there's, like... There's really not much to be said, right? Whatever. Welcome, round 3, Vintage Challenge with our monkeys and blue spells. I'm down. It's a great hand versus Bug if we play against Bug. It's not terrible against combo because we have a misstep. It's not terrible versus shops because we have a swords. I think I'm gonna just start with Volcanic Ponder. And that way we will keep 2 cards off Ponder, and then we can fetch a 3rd away. Yeah, I mean, basically every hand with this deck loses to Bazaar. That's just how it is. Batterskull, Lavinia, Monkey. Interesting. Yeah, Bazaar has the most counters in the format besides Doomsday. Bazaar is the second second best control deck in the format besides the combo deck. These cards kind of blow. I could keep Monkey Lavinia, but I just don't think it's very good. See? Bazaar is on like 4 Force, 4 Negation, 4 Mind Break Trap. Well, the most played Bazaar deck anyways. Dredge is on less nowadays. Yeah, well, Probe. You know I have Ancestral Misstep. Alright, Volcanic Island. Sounds like we're battling a nice fair blue matchup, just like I asked for. Alright, well, in that case, I do want the Lavinia that we put on the bottom, but drew anyways. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it to, like, play Ancestral here, because we'll overdraw it with Ancestral. And if we wanted to do it on their upkeep, they could have Fluster, which we could technically pay for. Oh, wait. If we can technically pay for it, we probably should. But we can just turn off their forces first, which just seems better. Like, if they have a Force of Will, they have to counter this Lavinia. Yep. Force pitching. Oh, they are combo! Disgusting. Disgusting combo player. Won't just play real Magic with me. Unreal. They pitched a Brain Freeze, signifying they are, in fact, on Underworld Breach. Which our True Name Nemesis and Swords to Plowshares are just not great against. Again, our opponent has not read the lobby sign. Unfortunate. Yeah, they could have Dragon Rage Channeler, and that would give our Swords to Plowshares a target, so... I'm gonna snap off a misstep on this. It could be a bait, but it's pretty high value. Land is perfect. Force is fine. A lot of good things going on here. A lot of things are happening. Lotus would be cool. Cool. All right, I'm gonna play around Fluster by just jamming a Narset here. I guess I can play around Fluster by casting Ancestral too. So that means maybe I should play Ancestral. Because we have 3 lands now. I could see that being the case. Mental Misstep. They've held the Mental Misstep since they probed me on turn 1. Fair. That was the card I didn't choose to play around. All right, well, what do you got for us? Dig through time. Oh, Sprite Dragon. I accept. I have found a target for my Swords to Plowshares. Goodbye, Sprite Dragon. All right, Slam Narset time. Ooh, is it Slam Narset time? I think it's still Slam Narset time over the Monkey. I think this is just a much higher value. I'll take a Force. Now I shouldn't die to Breach. And we have a Monkey and another Narset. Oh, we're in great shape. True Name Nemesis doing its best job, which is obviously pitch to Force of Will. All right, well, that's a little annoying. All right. Hasn't been turned on yet, though. And we do have more. Cauldron Complete, not the strongest draw. Batterskull, also not the strongest draw. I think I'm down to look for a removal spell, though. Another Lavinia. Interesting. I'm going to lose my Narset, very likely. But I kind of think there's some value in having a Lavinia. And I'm always going to be able to get in with this Monkey once this turns into a has to attack every turn, so... All right. I have Force, you have 1 card, you have a 1/1. Hopefully you don't draw a spell. That makes it a 3/3 flyer. It did not? Or are they going to cast a spell and attack? Okay, they just are not even going to bluff. Fair. Drew a Black Lotus. Wow, we are pretty pretty close to casting this Cauldron Complete. I'm gonna attack all because I can't actually protect this Narset from... But they're just done? I can't actually protect the Narset if they draw any spell because it'll just fly. I mean, it's not 100% to fly, but it's like pretty likely to fly. All right, so Breach. That's not even a deck anymore. It's not even in the guide. It's not even in the guide because it's not even a deck anymore. I would like a Mindbreak Trap. I would like a Rest in Peace. They have a lot of creatures, though. I don't think so, Fry Guy, because if they had a spell, they should have cast it to try to kill Narset, probably. It's on the, not in the guide for this deck. It's a guide for the Jeskai control deck. It's in the I'll just put it in chat. It's a little weird to play Rest in Peace against that many creatures, but I'm going to take out the things I took out against the last combo deck. 1 Stoneforge, 1 Batterskull, 1 True Name Nemesis, Prismatic Ending. I'm going to bring in Pyroblast and Fluster. And I also think it's worthy to bring in Rest in Peace. I mean, they're both annoying, but I would say that Narset is worse because Narset lets you draw cards. I think we're just gonna go down one monkey on the draw as well. Like this. I like this configuration. I really do like this configuration for post-board versus combo. I'm pretty happy with how the sideboard maps. I spent like a decent amount of time trying to figure out how I would build this deck. So yeah, Cauldron is just like dummy fast. Real quick. It clocks. What happened with Liquid? Team Liquid. I have no idea. All right, what do I got? I've got a 6-card hand that probably wouldn't win a match of Modern. All right, let's try again. Better. I think I'm just gonna get rid of this Narset and keep all of our action. Or I could just get rid of the Ragavan and keep all of our blue-white action. It's probably better. Is Gideon for Doomsday? Yes. I don't know how I feel about it yet, to be perfectly honest. It's so slow. But certain Doomsday configurations have an extremely hard time with it. So in this match, I'm looking for turn 1 Lavinia, turn 2 Rest in Peace, probably. I do the monkey anyways. I could dash a monkey, but I really just don't want to. I want to just slam Lavinia, Rest in Peace, Narsa. This is a Pyroblast or a Bolt, maybe. No, they just F6'd. Did I get them with my F6 tech? No. Dragon Dredge Channeler. Alright, well, I'm gonna turn your thing into a 1/1 if this resolves, which is nice. Top is not great for Justin. So now this resolves, so that's pretty sick. I mean, it definitely was always going to resolve unless they had a Bolt plus a Force. So goodbye, Graveyards. And I'm winning the race. Yeah, we're in great shape. We have an answer for a Sprite Dragon as well. Rest in Peace looks so much better than Containment Priest. I love Rest in Peace. I don't know. It's so sweet. Look at that dog. Look at how happy that dog is. Look at the doggo. Great art. Would doggo again. I got my own zoo, petting zoo going on here. I got dogs and monkeys and oh, they attack. What if we draw a red source and monkey you? Right, we didn't draw a red source and monkey you, unfortunate. Buster's not terrible though. No, he's playing dead. Look how happy he is. You can see the smile. Fetch land? I guess I'll take that one too. I don't think I'm supposed to cast this Ancestral on my turn at all. Definitely going to look to cast it on their turn. In fact, I could really blow them out with like a Flusterstorm stack. I don't know if they like kept in things to actually kill a rest in peace. I would suspect they have not, but we'll see what happens. All right, I am still gonna cast this. I have to use my mana efficiently here. They can't force it though, so they have to have a fluster or pyro or something. Maybe a bolt for my Lavinia and then a force. A pyro. Okay, so they just they're pyroblasting my Lavinia. Do I want to force that? I think so. I could just fluster now. They have their own fluster. Yeah, this is the reason that I wanted to force first. But I kind of didn't think they had a fluster with the way they were playing it. Maybe that was a bad read. I think it was a bad read. This should just like all go. Oh wow, they're going all on. Oh, no, they did one on. Yeah, they got my ancestral this way. It was really bad. I should have just forced. I should have just forced. Super bad play by me. Oh wait, so they're actually. Yeah. I really screwed that one up pretty badly. I don't know why I didn't think they had a Flusterstorm. I just like for some reason I had a read they didn't have a Flusterstorm. But now they're countering both my Ancestral and my Pyroblast, which is exactly what I wanted to do to them. So I don't know why I like fucked up so badly, but yeah, just a huge misplay. This is like exactly what I wanted to do to them. It's really, really, really bad. Now, what do I do about this Pyroblast? I don't really want them to turn on their forces in their hand. I didn't want to pitch my Narset was like one of the big reasons. I think Narset's still really good on this board. But maybe that was not actually something I should have been doing. Yeah, I should have just forced the Pyroblast, gotten the Flusterstorm, and then countered all of their stuff. Especially with the Pyroblast targeting this and not the spell. It was like a huge blowout for me if I had just played it better. But instead it was a huge blowout for my opponent. Just not a very good play. My opponent has 6 cards in hand. Like, they don't have a way to kill me because of Rest in Peace, but I'm not in a good spot. I am just going to snap off a monkey here, though. I think it's better than the stack by a good amount. Ancestral. Ah, mental misstep. Yeah, that's certainly good as well. Maybe I should have swords this earlier because they've just done a lot of filtering with it, but I don't really think I'm supposed to swords like the 1/1 Scryer when I can be swordsing a Sprite Dragon when it comes down. Maybe they didn't keep in Sprite Dragon because I'm a red deck. I don't know. They did probe us, so they do know about swords. I mean, we're winning the race too, which I guess is not nothing. I think what I'm gonna do. Well, let's see if this resolves first. Hard cast negation, I assume. Well, I didn't play around hard cast days. Sure. I don't think I was supposed to play around hardcast days, but I guess I could have. Like, I wanted to plus and have the ability to pitch this mountain. I guess I theoretically could have minused and held back my Lavinia, but that doesn't even seem very good either. They know I have swords, so there's really no reason to play this mountain. I can still draw like a second Dak Fade in too. 3 islands, huh? 3 volcanics. Their own Dak Fade in. Pitching a bobble. Yeah, or yeah, I mean this is gonna let them loot away all their dead cards. It's pretty bad for me. No, mental misstep would not see play if it wasn't free. So they had Underworld Breach and Dig Through Time, which makes sense. Now they have double Dragon Rage Channeler. Okay. I think I'm still going face place though. Kind of annoying that maybe I'm just supposed to play Stoneforge Mystic and not care about. What do they get to cast if I let them double block Lavinia? They've already pitched Breach and Dig Through Time. The only thing they could really have... Is there anything that Lavinia is stopping? I guess Force of Will? Yeah, I understand that I can double block and I can swords, but that opens me up to Sprite Dragon and doesn't let me cast Stoneforge Mystic this turn. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to cast Stoneforge Mystic this turn. I'm just going to cast Stoneforge Mystic. They can't cruise because I have a Rest in Peace. Well, if they double block, they're dead to Cauldron Complete, so I guess it's fine. No, I boarded out Batterskull. All right, well, they have to have exactly an answer to the Stoneforge Mystic or they die? I meant what can they actually cast? Like, what is the spell? I mean, I guess if they have an answer to Rest in Peace, they can kill us. But if they have an answer to Rest in Peace, then it's pretty bad for us anyways. I don't know. I couldn't think of I couldn't think of a reason to not do what I'm doing, so... I don't know what they can even have that beats this. They have a bounce spell? They have a Brazen Borrower? Wow. All right, well, it means they didn't hit the Rest in Peace, so I guess, like, small victories. Well, this game got a lot tighter. We might make it to 7 mana, yeah. They have 1 card in hand, an active Dak Fade in. This Borrower can't actually block, but I'm not going to load off the life total that I think I'm supposed to get it. Killed. I don't actually think we're super far ahead of this game anymore. Maybe that attack with Lavinia... Attack with Lavinia wouldn't have really stopped anything. Stole my Sapphire instead of looting. It's kind of weird. I guess it keeps me away from College Complete, but... I don't know. I don't think I would do that. I can still draw Black Lotus. Yeah. They're at 7 now. Yeah, I guess they could steal Cauldra and equip it to something that they own. That's true. Don't think I can kill them now, so I guess I should hit the stack right in. I'm not like super worried if they want to steal Cauldra, because that means they're not digging with their Dak Fade in, which I think that's a win for us. Yeah, I mean, we're in a really bad spot because my opponent has an active Faithless Looting every turn. The good part is nothing that goes into the graveyard is, I mean, they pitched a Dak Fade in there. It's probably a bad sign. I think I might have played this game poorly, but I also don't know if I really had the tools I need. I mean, obviously the biggest misplay was the not forcing instead of flustering. That was such a bad play. I probably easily win if I had played that correctly. All right, so they stole the Cauldra complete. And now they're going to play a creature to equip it to. I'm going to wait on this to wait until they equip, and then I'll Swords it. I want them to put all their mana into it. And now they don't have to use their pedal. If they want to take a life, I guess. Oh, they're just not going to equip the Sprite Dragon. Guess that's fair. They have Lightning Bolt. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna let that happen. If they don't equip it, I'm still gonna Swords it. But I want them to equip it. What a weird game of Magic. Very odd game of Magic. Yeah, I do think this game just comes down to the fact that I really screwed up my turn with Flusterstorm. They love you. Wonder what they're tanking over. Nope. Not allowed. Oh, they have a force of... Wait, oh no. They gained life. I thought they were going to force it. That would have made me happy. Alright, I need a threat again. Like a monkey? I do have counters for more creatures, which is nice. What a weird game of Magic. I mean, both players still have Ancestral. So... we have some pretty dead top decks, but we have some decent ones as well. Alright. One player still has Ancestral. How do you guys remember what happened in games like this? It's crazy to me. It's so far. That was so long ago. Come on. Expressive iteration. That's too much value. Shadow Fluster. Oh, come on! That's fucked up. Pure ancestral and expressive iteration? That's wild. I'm kind of concerned why they didn't okay. I have a hard I trapped him. Got him. Value. They have 16 cards left in their deck. No, they're gonna suit up this thing. Ah, oh, shit. How do they have so many creatures? Rest in Peace was still good in this game. But they have so many creatures. Time Walk, sure. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to keep in all the creature removal. Aha! Are you willing? Are you ready? Will you block? Oh, come on! How about you draw a fucking blank? God damn it. Do I even have outs anymore? I feel like I don't have outs anymore. They really haven't. There's not that many lands in exile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, like they still have more lands. Unlucky, man. I guess I still have one prismatic ending, right? It's a wild. Oh no! No, we're dead. Unlucky. I think I played not great and did not draw very well. All right, I didn't have a prismatic ending. Never mind. All right, I want to put this Ragavan back in. I don't know how much like creature removal I'm supposed to be playing right now. I feel like it's not supposed to be that much, but I don't know. They have like so many dudes and bolts. Maybe I can just cut. I don't know. I don't think it's a huge deal to have both. Maybe we can just keep dig. I still don't think we want like a Batter Skull. I don't think we want like these. I still think they're more of a combo deck than not. It was just like they had a Dak Vaden for like 8 turns, I guess. Like we had Pyroblast in our deck. Could have Pyroblasted the Dak. Maybe we're not supposed to play Lavinia and we're supposed to play Stoneforge Mystic Batter Skull. But I think Lavinia is like fine. I don't know. I don't really want to play more removal for their deck. It just seems like a waste. But maybe it's fine. Maybe I'm supposed to not play Lavinia and I'm just supposed to play all of my Swords to Plowshares. And maybe we'll put a True Name Nemesis in the fucking deck. I don't know. Seems pretty silly. Maybe we'll just do 2 Stoneforge Mystic, 1 Cauldron Complete, 1 True Name Nemesis. Oh, we probably don't need one of these lands, actually. We probably don't need Basic Mountain. So we can do that. They showed us, what? Sprite Dragons and Dragon Rage Channelers? But the problem is they're like most likely not going to win with Sprite Dragon or Dragon Rage Channeler. They're still looking to win with Underworld Breach, right? Maybe not. I don't know. It's a hybrid deck, kind of like ours. Not really. It's a hybrid combo deck for sure. Like this hand sucks, right? Nah, I'm gonna keep it. I have a preordain, but like I don't want this Swords to Plowshares in my hand. I am gonna take this Volcanic, I think. Immediately drew blue card Stoneforge Mystic. All right, well I need lands. I need lands. Give me lands, please. Am I gonna do one of the classic keep a 1-lander, preordain, bottom, lose? Probably. Land? I don't know. We need abundant harvest. I mean, I drew my preordain. Preordain is better than a land. Unfortunately, my preordain sucked. Now I wish I had a Sword Splash here, right? Is that how this works? Land? I hate this game so much. Magic is a fucking terrible game. I'm just dead. Whatever. Well, it's such a shitty way to lose. Like, I'm always supposed to keep one land preordain with force and trap versus a breach player, right? Like, I don't know. They put expressive iteration in their graveyard. There's zero chance I would ever put expressive iteration in my graveyard off of this Dragon Rage channeler. Like, it's so free. Holy hell. All right, what do you got? Dak? I mean, I have a Pyroblast, but I don't really want this Pearl to be stolen, so... I can trap the whole thing if they have a Fluster. I keep getting destroyed by this one of days. And Fluster. I don't know, man. Whatever. God, I hate playing blue matchups in Vintage. Just let me tinker people. Yeah. Like, I don't feel like I did anything wrong in this match. I feel like I just, like, got varianced, right? I don't know. Maybe I did. Losing my Pearl here is just so bad for me. All right, well, if I hit another land drop, play a deck. I mean, the problem is, like, they can just go on Underworld Breach, kill me, right? They have a Fluster, too? What am I supposed to do? I don't know. Whatever. I'm 0% to win this game, right? Why are we even playing? So frustrating. Maybe I'll steal their Ancestral. How about that? No? Oh, Brazen Borrower again? Oh, come on! What's the fucking point? Like when my preordained missed, I just at that point I was 0% to ever win the game. Oh, cool. Yeah, great time. Fantastic. I don't know. It's my fault. I punted away game 2 with just like a really bad counter war that I could have won but chose instead to lose. And so it's my own fault. You make one mistake and then you lose the third game because you have no chance of ever winning. So there's no way to come back after you make one mistake. All right, here we are, round 4 Vintage Challenge. We're up against Hal 3000C, who is most notably a Gigantha Shops player, usually like Chromatic Lantern and stuff like that. So it doesn't look like they have a Gigantha this time, but for the most part, that's the kind of deck that my opponent likes to play. I'm just going to lead off on a Ragavan and make them do something about it. This kind of turns off the power of different like Wasteland lines and Sphere Resistance lines. It kind of forces them to have like an early Golos or something like that. Maybe Phyrexian Revoker. There's like something to be said about Basic Island Preordain as a non-wastelandable line, but see what they have for us here. Trinisphere, sure. My Ragavan's pretty good against that as well, as I'm going to go up to 3 mana this turn and just jam a Dak Fade in. Imagine if I hit like a Crucible off of this Ragavan. That would be dope. No, I hit an Ancient Tomb. Well, I am just gonna get my Dak Fade in play here. Obviously, they could follow up with a Revoker, and it's a little annoying, but... I'm gonna get rid of second Ragavan and Preordain, as I have no intention of casting those. And I have like infinite steals saved up, so we're in pretty good shape here. My opponent really can't go like Crucible Wasteland anymore because we could just steal Crucible and replay our lands from our yard. We are continuing to make treasures every turn. They can't, even if they were to go... Oh, they are still playing 5-color shops. Okay, so they're playing 5-color shops, but not Gigantha. Mana Crypt, sure. That speeds up the clock. Another 2 to a 3 drop. Let's see. We're gonna get Sphinxed and die? No, we have Swords to Plowshares in our deck. That is a pain in the ass, though. My opponent did go Mishra's Workshop, Trinisphere, Tinker me. Oh. Okay. Is this better or worse for me than getting Sphinx of the Steel Winded? I think this is better for me than getting Sphinx, because then I can still attack with Ragavan. However, I can't do Dak Fade and things, which is pretty annoying. I did not expect this to happen. That was certainly a surprise to me. All right, well, maybe we'll find something fun to cast off their deck. Mox Emerald. Yeah, that sounds like fun. I'm down. They have an Ancestral? Perfect. All right, we have a bunch of mana, so it's good. Can't activate my Dak. They draw an extra card every turn. Their spells cost 1 less, but that doesn't really matter too much with Trinisphere existing. So let's see what happens. Locked by the Immortal Sun. I like that line. That's a cool line. Oh no! The main deck Caracas for my legendary Pirate Monkey? That's unfortunate. Can't say I'm happy about that. All right, what we really need is our Stoneforge Mystic, probably, then. Perfect. Just on time, then. Can I attack with my legendary monkey, please? No. Didn't think you'd let me do that. Stoneforge Mystic. All right, well, I'm gonna go get Cauldron complete. And I guess I'll replay. No, I don't want to use my treasure to replay Ragavan. Seems like not the strongest use. The lowest I can pay for Dig Through Time is 1 blue, and I would need to play 1 more. So I would need to delve 7 and pay 1 blue, or some other combination of things. No, that's not true. Well, yes, because I have a sphere resistance. So it's a little weird. No, I could pay blue if I had 8 cards in my yard. Because paying delve is technically paying the mana. I can't remember, man. All these weird interactions. All right, my opponent is trying to lock me out of the game, but they can't lock out the big, the bad, the Cauldron. So 3 turns and then they die. Oh, delve is no longer. Yeah. Delve, that's what I'm saying. So delve is not a cost reduction. Delve is paying the cost. Yes, exactly. So I could pay blue, but I would need to have 6, 7, 8 cards in my yard, I believe. So I currently can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm probably like 1 mana short, but next turn I have a fetch land, so I totally could cast Dig Through Time on my next turn. They're drawing an extra card every turn, but do they have a way to beat a Cauldron complete? Most shop stacks don't, but my opponent is on a colored shop stack here, so does not seem like they have found a way to beat an entirely complete Cauldron. Cauldron? Dope. All right. Post board versus 5-color Golos shops. I think we're gonna want Alpine Moon, Mindbreak Trap, and Bifrost. And then we're going to want to take out Mental Misstep, Gataxian Probe, Flusterstorm, Narset probably. Gush, I don't really like very much. Preordains, I guess. Preordain Brainstorm. Preordain. I think I want to keep in some number of Swords to Plowshares. Our blue count for forces looks a little suspect here. What's our blue count for force look like? I didn't know there were multiple Cauldron versions. What does the other one look like? No, I actually think Prismatic Ending is quite good. You can kill a sphere resistance. So I'm at 19 blue cards. Yeah, whatever, sure. What is there other art Cauldron? I didn't really think there was. I'm locked here. There are not other art Cauldrons. Oh. Not on Magic Online, there ain't. All right, whatever. Anyways, this hand. Why do I have to draw both of the delve spells? It's like a 4-card hand, but honestly, this 5-card hand could beat Chops. But it's pretty bad against Revoker if they play Revoker. I think I'd rather just mulligan to 6. See if I can find a better one. This looks a little bit better. Basic mountain. Yeah, this looks better. All right, Hal, what do you got in your 7-card hand for me? 6-card hand for me. Ancient Tomb Sphere? Sure. That's a pretty good draw, too. I actually have 3 basic I can fetch as well, which is pretty nice. So I'm not sure we want to fetch 3 basics, because fetching 3 basics lets us get Ghost Quartered. 3 mana, Second Sphere. Revoker. Chalice on 1. Should have led on duplicate fetch in case of Spyglass. I guess that would be true. Yeah, that's fair, not me. True. Oh, no. Good thing my monkey wasn't in play. He would be sad. Right? 3 mana for a balance? I don't think I want to get balanced. Let me just think about... I think I want to get no blue land. I guess I don't have to make that decision yet. The classic Pearl Caracas balance out of my opponent's shop stack. Okay. I do think that I am supposed to get basic plains and tundra. I don't think I'm supposed to let myself get Ghost Quartered. Maybe I am, because they have a wasteland in play. Yeah, whatever. Let's get Ghost Quartered. We get Ghost Quartered. We get Ghost Quartered. God, no. Don't unrestrict balance. All right. Well, again, I have a Stoneforge Mystic doing Stoneforge Mystic things. I really love playing against shops with Stoneforge Mystic, triple basic. It's a good time. Urza Saga, okay. That would be what I wanted to Alpine Moon. But Urza Saga doesn't really stop Cauldron Complete, so... don't think it's going to matter very much. Okay, they have a final card here for 5. Karn. Okay. And then what? Stand up sphere resistance. Sure. Am I supposed to attack this Karn? You can stand up my Cauldron and bounce it? Yeah, I guess, but I still have a Stoneforge Mystic. Yeah, I guess he can do that. But I still have like they have to deal with Stoneforge Mystic though. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean it's definitely an interaction. That is true. Definitely stops me from doing the Batter Skull thing. and having both of them in play. And if I ever hit a land drop, I can play a true name. Sweet. Yo, Pete. Hope your stream went well. Thanks for the raid. Lots of fun raids today. Don't they play bridge in their sideboard? They can play whatever they want in their sideboard, but they couldn't cast the bridge. Maybe they should have gotten it anyways. Hard to say. We can eventually beat a bridge, so. All right, what you got for us, Hal? What's the plan? What's the play? I'm interested. Definitely interested to find out. I have no idea. White? Colorless, colorless, colorless. For a chromatic lantern. Okay. I mean, it's a fairly large... What just happened? Whoa, what the fuck just happened? Oh, they turned it into a creature. Oh my god, it just turns into a creature. Oh, I can't even... Okay, I mean, I guess they do have to bounce it, but their Karn lives. Huh. Okay. It's pretty annoying. I mean, they have to bounce it. If they... I guess they could block with a construct. Oh, they could block with a construct. It will become on a creature, and then I will have problems. Yeah. Yeah. That's a solid line. This game is weird. Game is very weird. This Chalice on 1 was quite good. If there wasn't a Chalice on 1, they would have a pretty hard time. But... yeah. Yeah. Alright, well... And then I can't get through this construct with a Batterskull because it's not big enough. Oh, I forgot they had a needle. My bad. I wasn't thinking. I think we're just dead. I forgot they had a needle. Yeah, I should have activated in response. And I mean, I still get my germ killed. I mean, I still probably lose, but I should definitely probably still put it in play. I actually think we're just dead. Not exactly sure how we get through this. I guess we could draw a Biforce and kill something. I mean, I guess a true name is still pretty damn good. Right on time. Yeah, I definitely should have put the Batterskull in play. That was kind of bad. Oh, I kind of... Yeah, I guess it makes sense to keep it one needle in because you have sagas. So this construct kind of races. They could still get something outside of their board with this Karn. We don't have this Tundra for too much longer. All right, they're gonna find something with Karn. What are they gonna find? Ensnaring Bridge, okay. Yeah. And a Tolarian Academy, okay. They have infinite mana. No one's attacking, and I'm probably losing my Tundra here. Alright, so I have Bifrost for Ensnaring Bridge, kill Karn, and then probably win. I guess it makes sense to just play this other Stoneforge Mystic. Doesn't look good. Especially if they draw like a Golos. I don't think attacking this was wrong. Obviously not putting the Batterskull in play was wrong, but all they had to do was activate their Karn on my Batterskull. It didn't actually change anything besides me having a dead Batterskull in play. So I mean, I assume they go up to 3 and then they get a Lattice and then they like kill all my lands and then something. I don't know exactly. I kind of need to draw a Bifrost on my next turn. Because if I can draw a Bifrost, then before they Lattice lock me, then I can just attack the True Name, kill the Karn, and we probably win. Yeah, I do think that we win if we draw one of the two Bifrosts. Which we did not do. And this is another fucking 1-drop. Alright. Yeah, I think we're just dead to Lattice. Don't know if I could have won that game. What the fuck? There's a Sundering Titan? Alright, you got me. Congratulations. Bifrost? It's something to do with Marvel and Thor, you know? Definitely not destroy X artifacts. Alright, well, that was weird. That was very weird. I think I'm supposed to get rid of one of these delve spells. But all my spells are kind of garbo. Ah, by Frost. Yes, I was close. That was close. I told you it was definitely not something from the Marvel Universe. I was totally correct. What do you want from me? All right, let's try again. How about a monkey? This is a 6-round event. I didn't find a monkey. I can't cast this Alpine Moon, but I do have a negation and a cantrip, so I think I'm supposed to keep this hand. I could theoretically mold a monkey. Doesn't seem unreasonable to do. I found all my monkeys, but I didn't find a red source. Maybe I'll find a red source. I think I'm going to keep a monkey. All right, well, all right. I got a monkey, but I have to find a red source. And my opponent kept a 7-card Shop's Hand. All right, I really want to find a red source and kill this Urza Saga. I really, really want to find a red source and kill the Urza Saga. Unfortunately, if I negate this, I have to pitch the Ponder. So it doesn't really change anything whether I negate this or not. So I think I should just let it go, and then if I draw a fetch land, I can still play Alpine Moon. And if not, I can Ponder. Does turn off my negation for next turn if I do it that way. All right, well, strongly rewarded for my play. I am going to moon the shit out of this Saga. I think it's better than playing Ragavan. Goodbye, Urza's Saga. Something, something, layers, something, something, state-based actions, something, something, learn to play Magic. Goodbye. Don't ask me how that works. I don't have the answer for you. I just know it works. All right, so now my opponent is out a Saga. Can't play any more Sagas forever. And they're underneath a Sphere. So next turn we get a Monkey, and we can hold up Negation. We're in a decent spot. I'm definitely happy with where we're at. It's a pretty solid set of turns for us here. Definitely don't think I'm gonna dash the Monkey. I think I should definitely not get Wastelanded either. I think I'm just going to cast the Monkey, hold open Negation. Oh no, the Saga just died right away. So I don't know. Reduces the max Saga to 0 and it sacrifices it. Ah, yeah, see, I would, yeah, that's... No, why do they keep having the one Caracas every time? All right, well, we'll draw another Alpine Moon and we'll name Caracas. That'll show them. This is so annoying. Big sad. I just want to steal some things, you know? Do a little pilfering. Yo-ho, yo-ho. The pirate's left for me. I should not have tapped my red land. Whatever. I don't really want another force. I really just want... Should I hold up Negation or should I play a Ragavan? Or I could even play... I mean, I think I should hold up Negation and then I can Brainstorm with a Flooded Strand fetch. Probably makes the most sense. Though I am pretty weak to, like, Workshop Golos. Definitely weak to Workshop Golos. Sorcerer's Spyglass. So annoying. I think I'm just gonna force it. Is DSSH cost affected by Sphere? The dash cost? I assume so. Because you're still casting the spell for the dash cost. So, yes. Aha! I did it. Did I still Brainstorm first? Nah. I want a Monkey. Nice legendary land. All right, it's time to pilfer. You can't stop me. I will do whatever it takes to get my Monkey in there. Even if I have to Alpine Moon here, Caracas. Oh, wow. Got him. All right. What? What? Lands. I fixed their mana and they eliminated my Monkey. No. Why does my shop's opponent have an eliminate in their deck? God damn it. Maybe I shouldn't Brainstorm lock myself, but I want to. All right. So I actually can draw Trap, Dak, Alpine Moon. I guess this one names Wasteland. I could name Ancient Tomb. I could name Workshop. They don't have any more lands, so like, what am I most worried about? I guess I could still DAC their Pearl next turn. I guess I'm most worried about getting Wastelanded. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna name Wasteland. No, am I worried about getting Wastelanded? I don't really think I am. Maybe I'll just name Ancient Tomb. Really cut them off mana. And then steal their Pearl next turn. Kind of weird, but if they don't draw a land, they're really far behind land-wise. Though I will have to draw the Mindbreak Trap, but I guess I can discard it to deck later, so it's probably fine. All right, they, of course, immediately they drew Mishra's Workshop. Unfortunate. Great. What is this, a Golos? Great. Wasteland, I guess. Watch them get Workshop and Wasteland. I guess I just steal this Golos. I could also Swords it. They got a second Workshop. That sounds really bad for me. That sounds so bad for me. That's gotta be Sundering Titan, right? It's gotta be Sundering Titan. What, I can't do shit about it? How did this happen? I mean, if I had named Workshop, they would have had, yeah, I guess like I could have named Top Deck Workshop. I don't know. That doesn't sound like something I was supposed to do. I'm just dead to Titan, right? I have no counterplay. I guess I can draw a land and Swords it. So I should just DAC and steal this Golos. Play Stoneforge and rip a land. We could just steal the Pearl. We could just steal the Pearl. That technically stops it unless they draw a land as well. But then we were just losing to the onboard Golos, right? I don't know. I kind of like it. Steal the Titan. That sounds like a challenge. I'm not exactly sure how you would want that to happen. Seeing as there's no way to cast stack, keep it above 2. Chump with Golos. Steal Golos, get Titaned plus... Well, the problem is that's not gonna... maybe that works. I think we need to buy 2 turns, though. Because we steal, they do it, we plus, we chump. Maybe that does work, actually. I mean, if they don't hit a land drop right here, they actually have to hit a land off the top, or they can't play the Sundering Titan, in which case we get a Stoneforge Mystic, so... And then we can actually Swords with the Titan on the stack. Yeah, I think your line works, too. I do think that your line also works. It doesn't look like my opponent hit a land drop, though. So I don't think we're getting Sundering Titan, which means something else is happening. You have to figure out what something else is. I mean, if nothing crazy happens, we can go Stoneforge Mystic and hold open Swords, which is pretty good. Oh, they have another artifact that costs 5. Is it another Golos, then? Ah, new Golos. Getting another Workshop? Yo, imagine if we just rip the 4th Alpine Moon and name Workshop. That would be fun. Oh, they got an Academy this time, which only makes 2 mana, right? Oh, we knew we were drawing Mindbreak Trap. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I did know that we were drawing that, though. All right, well. Oh, God, they can activate their Golos because we fixed them with Alpine Moon. Oh, my God. Come on. Why? No. No, no, no. Maybe I have to Swords the stupid Golos. This makes red. No, they need another land drop off the top. If they hit a land off the top, they could act, but then they still have to pay 1 for each with the sphere resistance. So I think we're fine. I think we're just getting Sundering Titaned here. Do we have to Swords Golos and not Sundering Titan? Was holding open trap better? I don't think so. Oh, these shops can't make colored mana. Okay, true. It's not just Rainbow Moon. Too true. I've never had any of these interactions ever come up before, so. I don't think holding open trap was better. The problem with holding open trap is I'm not progressing my game plan at all, and I don't think I'm allowed to do that. Maybe. I mean, I am going to lose all my lands to a large Titan of Death. So, and they are going to have a lot of life after as well. 23, so I have to hit 5 times with Caldera. And they still have 5 cards in hand. So, I mean, I'm probably not in a great spot. I definitely feel like I wasted both of these, but... The problem is they have like 5 other things they can do, Mark. Like, if their hand was 1 card and it was Titan, then sure. But if I counter Titan, like there could still be more crazy threats on every other turn, right? I don't know. Don't really think it gets much better. This Alpine Moon this Alpine Moon name really has come back to haunt me. Tabernacle? I mean, maybe they don't have Titan and they just wanted to get Mishra's Workshops. I don't know. I mean, I can still pay for my Stoneforge. Or I don't even have to pay for my Stoneforge. I can just put in a Cauldron Complete. The only card that scares me, right, is it's Karn, maybe? All right, here comes... Are you fucking kidding me? Stupid shops deck. I don't know. Sure. Yeah. I just like how I fixed them into casting the random uncastable spells in their deck. I just gave them rainbow lands, and it turns out that was a mistake. I don't think I'm supposed to keep this Stoneforge Mystic in play. I think what I'm going to do is just put the Cauldron Complete into play and hold open the ability to trap still. I don't know if I can ever get a trap off, but I don't think I have to pay for this ever because it's indestructible, right? So just going to let this Stoneforge go. Ah, yes, true name Nemesis. All right. Well, I'm excited to see how we lose this game. Very excited to see how we lose this game. They're down to 4 cards now. Oh, I think this is like really dumb templating. I really hate that it's the way it is, but no changing it. I mean, you actually could change it, but that would just make things really annoying. No! I hate this deck so much. I hate it so much. Why do they play these random fucking spells? I fucking can't, man. They lose so many lands, right? Like... it's such a it's an absolute trip to play against Hal, because Hal blows all workshop conventions out of the water. Nothing that you think you knew about workshops is remotely true when you play against Hal. Everything just nothing makes sense. My opponent has played more colorful spells than colorless spells. They pitched a Pyroblast. And they have another Golos. Oh. All right, well, they got rid of their Tabernacle. Well, the Krakus makes any color mana because I Alpine Mooned it, so... I mean, it's probably better than Tabernacle. It's probably better than Tolarian. Oh, I'm gonna get Wastelanded now because I have fucking Ancient Tomb named. All right, well, I need to draw exactly a land on exactly this turn so I can get this True Name Nemesis in play. Thank you. I appreciate you. You're a good land. You're so nice. So nice. All right. True Name Nemesis in play. The race is on. We are currently winning the race by 1 turn. They have 1 card left in their hand. So... they have a Strip Mine as well. Fair, fair. I didn't think I was going to cast very many more spells after this True Name Nemesis, so... Alright, they got rid of both my red sources, which is probably fair as well. Can't play that for forever. Alright, get in there. Get in there. It's rogue time. The race is on. 4 turns. Can I get 4 turns before they do something silly? Alright, they have black mana. Okay, yeah. Preordain, I can cast that. Ancestral Stoneforge. I'm gonna keep Ancestral, but not Stoneforge. In case I get Wastelanded. Maybe I should have kept Stoneforge just for the clock? Like, chumping 1 turn? Oh no, they drew something. A new Golos? No! Now I can't cast my Ancestral. No, no. I have to hold my True Name back. Okay, alright. What a match of magic. What an absolute game of Magic the Gathering. At least it's good content. At least it's good content. Oh, they drew another spell. Okay. Black Lotus. That's scary. Watch them have had Sundering Titan this whole time, and now they finally have 9 mana. That'd be pretty fun. Alright, if I draw another land, I can... Nope. Nope, that's not the one. Kinda need to draw another land. Wasteland? No! No. Not like this. Crack for blue? Tinker? They were just holding Tinker this whole time? No. No, is this the Sundering Titan? What were they holding? No, stop. Stop. I mean, they might time out, I guess. Can you turn my Cauldron into a creature, please? They're gonna time out. They're 100% gonna time out in this game. No, that's so good if I had 3 mana. Did I have an option to get another basic? I might have had an option to get another basic and I threw the game on it. It's definitely possible. What do we have to do to get him to stand up my Cauldron complete? Who do I have to pay? Alright, they're getting a card from outside the game. Is it a Sundering Titan? Watch them have boarded the Sundering Titan back out so they could get it with their Karn. Smokestack. That's a lot of triggers, opponent. That's a bold play. I can't say I highly recommend doing that with your clock at 30 seconds. I think I would have just gotten Lattice and then stood it up and killed me. Right? I think just getting Lattice wins them the game. Yeah, I think if I were them, like, you just get Lattice, play Lattice, and then you stand up Lattice and attack. And I die. Yeah, I mean, I guess they could still do that. Bye, opponent. I can't even see if I would draw a land. So the problem with this line that they just took is that now I can draw a land and Swords to Plowshares their other creature. But I will never know if we could do that because Magic Online is frozen. Well, that was certainly content, is all I can say. All right, chat. Round 5 of 6 in the Vintage Challenge. We're up against Fingers. Fingers is a known Sultai player. Little bug action. So we're gonna Swords to Plowshare the shit out of them and play some basics in a Stoneforge Mystic and hope it works out. So if they play turn 1 Deathrite Shaman, we'll go Flooded Strand Swords it. And if they play no play on turn 1, we'll go Preordain. If they play a 2-drop, like Collect Roof, turn off your Jet. Oh, Time Walk. Well, that could be bad for me. Because now my opponent can go land Oko, and I will be incredibly upset. All right. That didn't happen, so I'm not incredibly upset. It would be very hard for me to beat land Oko in game 1 on turn 1 with no force. They shuffled their library off Ponder, so that means they're probably not having a land. Oh, they have a land. It's a workshop. Oh, they have a Lotus. Okay, what do they have? You have an Oko? No Oko. You can't cast an Oko off that anyways. They got a bunch of mana. They have Hardcast Force. Alright, well, I am gonna just play basic Island Preordain. And then I will... Ooh. Ooh. I don't mind if I do. I don't mind if I do. What do you got for me, opponent? How about you play Collect Roof and turn off all your stuff? Sure, Tarmogoyf resolves. Okay, they have one card left in hand. Unfortunately, if I fetch a basic planes and I get Assassin's Trophy, I will be sad, but it's definitely the line. Definitely gonna get a Cauldron complete here. It's pretty clear my opponent doesn't have an Oko. I want to end this game as fast as possible. I mean, like, I'm not gonna just get a Tundra and get Wastelanded, Wombo, so there's, like, actual nothing I can do about it. Unfortunate. Oh, they have Dig Through Time? Alright, I'm gonna lose this game. My opponent just had a little bit too many power cards, it looks like. I kind of needed to have one Force of Will. It's kind of disgusting to lose this game. I guess we might not lose this game. I guess you could miss on a Dig Through Time. It does also turn off their Tarmogoyf, because Tarmogoyf's like, I guess they're not turn off. Pretty bad for me, though. I assume, like, Dig Through Time hits Ancestral. Ancestral draws 3 cards, kind of thing. Yeah, I'm definitely not turning off their Tarmogoyf. Think I would rather just jam this True Name, which they can't technically deal anything with. I could totally go Swords Ragavan, but doesn't seem very good compared to just playing True Name Nemesis. I guess they could have Daze or Force there, but it's pretty awkward for them to Dig Through Time and take a Daze or a Force. Unless they really thought one Tarmogoyf was going to get there, but... I assume I get Wastelanded here. I attempt to Swords with Flusterstorm, the ability to pay for Flusterstorm. If I do get the Swords off, then I can go Ragavan. If they have an Oko, things get weird. But I do have a True Name in play. This is Demonic for Ancestral. No. This is Leovold. Okay, annoying. Especially annoying if they have Flusterstorm. I guess there's, like, no reason for me to play Dak Faden now. No reason for me to play Oko now. I guess what we want to do is just dig and hold open my True Name. I mean, I do kind of want to Swords the Leovold, but there's really no good follow-up after Swordsing the Leovold anyways. So I think I would rather just go now. Like, I could have Fluster as their last card, but don't think I care. They do have Fluster as their last card. All right. All right, so they're on top decks. They have a Tarmogoyf, a Leovold. I have a True Name and 5 cards. I can't really use this Dak Faden until the Leovold goes away, so I probably do have to Swords the Leovold. Gonna give them an extra card, but have to do it, I think. They can't hardcast Force, so they would have had to hit Misstep or Negation. Okay, that just resolves. I guess I will play against off days now. Yeah, I don't have a second red. I think I just target myself. I don't think I could take the jet and then hard cast the Cauldra. Also plays around his trophy maybe a little better. I'm not sure about that play. Just gonna leave back this True Name to block and keep the deck alive. Strip mine. That's pretty annoying. I didn't fetch a volcanic because I knew that I had a mountain that was not wastelandable. So that's obviously pretty annoying. I think I'm just supposed to cast this preordain first. All right, boom. Now, wait, how do I do this? I want a prismatic ending this Tarmogoyf and get a Ragavan in play, but I would have to draw into a red source after. I guess I could just start by. So I want to keep preordain. I can just get rid of this Cauldra, right? I don't actually need a Cauldra. I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty close to hard casting Cauldra. It's kind of weird. Maybe I'm just supposed to top and preordain again and just keep drawing cards until I see something I don't want. But what don't I want? I want everything that's not a Ragavan. I guess I can just activate Dak and discard Monkey. It's probably fine. You say that, and then your bug opponent draws Ancestral and a Treasure Cruise, and then everything goes to shit. I don't think they should be able to beat True Name, but like they still have like Treasure Cruise into Oko, and then Oko just infinitely gains 2 life against True Name. Like there are definitely ways you can lose this game being ahead. I don't think like not closing it out is what you want to think about. I'm activating this deck no matter what. I'm just trying to think about like how I want to do it. I think this monkey just has to go. All right, that technically gets rid of Treasure Cruise. Pretty down for that. That does play into Daze, but I don't think that matters. I guess I could technically not attack with True Name in case they play Endurance at the end of turn, but I would be okay with just jumping for that. I think it's okay. I would like to start attacking with this True Name is my idea. The problem with this Cauldra Complete is like when I'm dacking, I'm probably getting rid of lands for the most part. So it kind of makes no sense to keep a Cauldra Complete, but like this is a red land. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep like land force. I think I was probably just too greedy. I should have just gotten rid of the Cauldra and the Ragavan anyways, instead of the Preordain, and just played like I just don't need the Cauldra Complete, and it's the cards I'm getting rid of are most certainly lands most of the time, so just doesn't make a lot of sense. Like if I had gotten rid of the Cauldra Complete, I would have had a Ragavan at this point, and I would have been getting like infinite value. Might not even be worth it to show them that I have a Batter Skull, but Fingers could have seen the list anyways, so. We got hard cast for Sunstone Forge Mystic, it looks like. Yeah, that's definitely like a totally reasonable thing I can be doing for sure. That's fine. Don't care. Yeah, I don't think it matters just because they, at this point in the game, they shouldn't be able to beat this current board. Gosh, would have been very, very good to hit. I probably could have played that like a little tighter, but so we were boarding in Pyroblast, Swords, and I think that was just it. Pyroblast and Swords were coming in, and then we were taking out what? Lon Lavinia. What were we doing? I don't know. I'm gonna go back and look at previous Justin. I brought it in a Pyroblast and took out Negation, Fluster, and one more, and a Lavinia probably, or a Narset. Those both make sense. Or a Ragavan, that makes sense too. With like all the creatures they play. I think we want 2 Pyroblasts just because Oko is pretty annoying. Yeah, I like that. That sounds fine. Oh, long time no see, Chris. Show up for a good stream. This seems fine. I'm too weak to play this kind of deck, but it's going okay. I think a strong Magician would be 3-1. Well, I guess kind of depends on how. So my opponent mulliganed to 5 and kept a Mox Time Walk hand again. And they have an Oko follow-up this time, though. They do have an Oko follow-up this time. Thankfully, we did board in some stuff, but it does make our Mentor not the greatest play anymore. We're going to have to do some work to get there. Interesting. Do we just take Stoneforge and Ruby? I don't think so. I didn't need draw spells and Pyroblast. Like, we actually just need Pyroblast, because if we play Mentor cold, they just exchange it for a Mox. Well, how much do I need to pump it for? I need to pump it twice to blank that ability? Is that works the way I think it does, right? If I pump it, it would blank the ability. I would need to have 2 instants. It's kind of doable. I assume that's how it works, but I'm not 100% sure. That's like the only thing I can think of. But then they could just, target my Mentor, and it's not great for me. With like, they could just elk it if they were to play around that. Oh, these cards are not good. That's a fairly good one. I have some time, but I am gonna have to play this Mentor at some point here. Like, they can stand up and hit me for 8. Maybe I'm supposed to Swords now one of these. I don't think so, though. This looks real bad. I drew a Ragavan. Well, now they have nothing to switch, so then now they have to monk, or they have to elk it or have an assassin's trophy. All right, I think we just have to make them have it now. We're gonna get a bunch of, we can get either 1 monk or 3 monks. Yep, that's the plan. It feels bad, but that's all I can really do. My opponent just had turn 1 Oko, and I had no force, no pyro, and I lost. That can definitely happen. Yeah, they can just elk it, but that should be okay. Yeah, I agree. I agree. If they have no Assassin's Trophy, I think we have a chance by just getting 3 monks, swordsing a Tarmogoyf, and having a backup dig through time after. I think it's possible for sure. All right, time to figure out if they have a trophy or not. Yeah, they have a trophy. All right, well, it's pretty bad for me. Maybe I was supposed to just play the Pearl first to lose a monk so that I would have gotten 2 monks. I can actually dash a Ragavan now, which could be interesting, because they got me a red source. I could hit something. I don't know. They have a mental misstep as their last card. Wow. All right, well, that means the Swords on the Tarmogoyf resolves. So it was a pretty good mold of 5 for my opponent on the play here. We still have a chance, but it's not a great chance. Yeah, I can't go to 2. I mean, I kept a really shitty hand. Like, what do you want? Like, maybe I was supposed to mulligan my hand. My hand was pretty bad. My hand was like 4 lands, swords, mocks, mentor. I could definitely not have kept it. Prismatic ending a food, and prismatic ending an Oko. I take 3 and die. Sounds bad. Prismatic bending a food, prismatic bending a food. I take 3 and die. That sounds bad. So I guess we're gonna go with Gush prismatic ending. I can draw Time Walk. I can still win this game. I can draw Time Walk. I need to draw Time Walk at this point. If I draw Time Walk, I can go Stoneforge for Batter Skull, and then draw, and then elk the, or kill that thing maybe? No. Well, I did try there. I drew like 8,000 cards, so. Yeah, all those lands are not going to be good enough. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Unfortunately, just turn 1 Oko, and I didn't have a blast, basically, is just the name of the game. If my starting hand has Pyroblast or Force of Will, our opponent loses on the spot. I guess Pyroblast doesn't actually beat him on the spot because they did have Mental Misstep, actually. So It kind of had to be force. I mean, this hand looks pretty good. I think that I'm supposed to go Black Lotus for blue and cast Brainstorm. It does make our Stoneforge vulnerable, but I think it makes the most sense with the way this game looks like it should be played. Okay, dope, dope, dope. I did lose my blue cards, so I guess I should just get rid of Force of Will and this basic island and just get a... No, I should get rid of Force of Will and... because I'm going to get basic plains. Get basic mountain. Yeah, I guess that's fine. This does kind of have to resolve now, though. All right, didn't resolve. Force pitching fluster. Well, I mean, this would have resolved if I had drawn a blue card in my brainstorm. I still kind of feel like I was supposed to brainstorm, but maybe I was crazy. I don't know. I didn't have to brainstorm. I could have just slammed Stoneforge Mystic, but it didn't seem very good. All right, well, now I have mana. I have reactive spells, so... seems playable. Collector Oof. You got it. Just don't care about that card in the slightest. Pretty sad that I didn't have a blue card for pitch to Stoneforge, but then I would have had to put something back. I mean, I think I could have put something back. Would have been fine. I don't know. I definitely think I liked brainstorming there, so... Goyf, I assume? Sure. Gonna swords it. Okay, yeah. I don't really want to swords this collector roof. Feel like I can do better. Really do feel like I should be doing better than that, so... I don't really want them to have, like... okay, I have a prismatic ending. Everything is fine. Everything is Daijobu. I have a prismatic ending. I was like, that card would have been real good here if I didn't have a prismatic ending. That's for sure. I think I'm just gonna fetch basic island and cast prismatic ending on this library. Why did they not attack with this collector roof? Just noticed that. Forgot. Basic island. Blue, white, 2. Prismatic ending your Sylvan library. All right. I mean, they still have 5 cards in hand, and they're probably not lands, so not really winning as of right now. Yeah. What time? At some point, I do have to kill the grizzly bear. It's not right now, though. Yeah, they could be playing around Ragavan Dash. That's fair. All right. Well, I'm gonna get all my basics and get Assassin's Trophied, I think. Fine. I got all kinds of basics. I got days? Nope, no days. Though Ragavan is like not the strongest when you can't activate treasures, so... If I draw Ragavan, I will swords the collector very likely. All right, well, I haven't seemed to do the action stuff ever since I drew the reaction stuff. They haven't seemed to draw the lands. Yes, Collector Roof, draw Black Lotus. A tale as old as time. I am dying to this Grizzly Bear, though, so that is not exactly a good thing. But I have 3 more Stoneforge Mystics. I also have more Swords to Plowshares. Yeah. I too have Ancestral Recall Time Walk in my deck, which is another thing we got going for us. I also have all my Delve spells that I can hit. They can't cast their Delve spells, but I can. They've also missed another land drop. All right, well, if you want to Wasteland my Tundra, I think that's fine. I really don't want to kill this Collector Roof because I don't want to give them black mana. Oh, they hit black mana anyways. So probably bad for me. I mean, if I die and just cast 0 Preordains, that sounds pretty on brand. All right, now I think I'm just supposed to Swords the stupid Collector Roof. I don't feel like it's getting better. Maybe I should have just done it pre-combat. I don't know. They still have no play. So weird. Okay, that's a good one, I guess. Am I just gonna get like Force with Flusterstorm back up? I assume. Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe. Yeah, Force, not hard cast. Force pitching Leo. They must have another Force. Hardcast? No. Why? They must have no other blue cards? But you could just hardcast Force of Will there. I'm not even representing Flusterstorm. I feel like if I were them, I would have hardcast Force of Will there and then play Leo. I mean, we have a 3-1 that can't die or be blocked or anything, but I don't know if that matters. They can just like play an Oko and we lose, right? Oh, they found their Delve spell? I mean, they probably had the Delve spell in their hand the whole game, right? Because they couldn't cast it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like drawing 0 Preordains, 0 Delve spells, 0 Ancestrals. Like, what am I going to do? I played Magic. It didn't work. Hey, there it is. This has like a 0% chance of resolving, right? What am I supposed to do here? I assume they have an endurance is what's going on here. So I guess I mean, I still have to attack. I can't not attack. I can't win this game without attacking. I feel like they have an endurance, which I could then swords and beat Flusterstorm. Doesn't beat Hardcast. What spell would I even want to play on my turn? Stoneforge Mystic, I guess. This has to get Batter Skull, right? I think like this has to get Batter Skull. So endurance? Endurance plus trophy, probably. Yeah, I think they're just like, yep. I'm gonna draw a Delve spell after too. All right, I assume they have like endurance plus trophy plus fluster or something. I'm gonna go to their turn and then swords. Does that make sense? See if they have a trophy. No? All right, well, I'm gonna swords this. Okay. I have no idea what's in their hand, chat. I have actual zero clue what's going on. I got Feed the Swarmed and then Death Righted. And now I can't play my Batter Skull because I can't go to 2. Fantastic. I needed, maybe I had to swords it. What am I gonna? I drew a Preordain, that's a good one. Swords, Cauldron complete, and these are dead. I don't know, whatever. Unfortunate. I don't know. Like, we did finally draw Ancestral, but if we were drawing, like, Preordains during the time where my opponent had no lands and I had all spells, I feel like that would have been pretty key. I don't know. I just, like, watch all of the other, like, Jeskai Xerox decks play, like, a million Preordains in the situation and, like, chain off and then cast a Delve spell. But when I do it, I just don't draw anything that does anything. So, I don't know. Like, when I see other people's Ancestral Resolve, they just cast Treasure Cruise right afterwards, right? Yeah, I mean, even if we had a Sanctuary, we couldn't use it, so... I don't know, like... I don't know. I hate Fair Blue decks so much. Unfortunate. As with all true Jeskai streams, we will end the night with the unwinnable Bazaar matchup. We've got Jerry across the table, and Jerry is going to murder us with Dredge. That hand doesn't beat Dredge. That hand doesn't beat Dredge, but I don't know. What hands do beat Dredge? I have no Wasteland. I have Lavinia, so I could mulligan to a Lavinia hand. That doesn't even beat Dredge, though. Lavinia into... I don't think I have a single hand that actually beats Dredge. Let's just keep it in case that they're not on Dredge. Like, on the off chance that they're not playing Dredge today, we can just play a real game of Magic. And if they're on Dredge, then we just go to game 2, I guess. Nope, we're dead. 7-card Dredge hand. Yep, no Dredger. No Dredger. But they can just bring them back with Icarid next turn, so... Ooh. I don't think this matters anymore. But I guess I'll try. Lavinia, too hard to cast on turn 1. Resolves. Exciting. I assume we activate, put a random black creature in the yard, bring back 2 prize amalgams. Okay. Opponent's draw sucks. No dredgers. So they're bringing back one amalgam, and they're getting a zombie. And I'm taking 7, and then I'm stealing their Dak Baden. I mean, I'm Dak baiting their hollow one, and they can't counter it because I have Lavinia in play. Pretty good, actually. I still don't think it's enough to win the game, but oh, never mind. If this one finds a Dredger, then we die immediately. I knew their hand had to be bad for some reason. It's because they had 2 Bazaars, right? No, still can't cast that one into Lavinia. Maybe they'll shame concede. I think that's our only out here, is them shame conceding. So, alright, I'm just gonna concede because we are 100% dead. Yeah, I mean, there are just no hands in my deck that actually beat Dredge in game 1, and in game 2, it doesn't get much better. It doesn't really get much better. I didn't really plan for Dredge very much when I built this deck, just because Dredge is not really played too much right now. I don't really know what I'm going to do, to be honest.
Quite good. I mean,
turn off. I guess what we can do is this, and then just go. They're all so bad. They're all so bad. Every card in my deck is just not playable. Just don't have cards. I don't know, gosh, sure, whatever. Should get this over with. All right. Nope. Nope. Howda. Nope, no sideboard cards. All right, keep. I guess I will keep 1, 2, 3. Done. Imagine I get Mind Break Trap, chat. Oh, they kept a 7-card Bazaar hand again? That's not good. Ancestral Recall. Got forced. Unfortunate. Pearl. Stoneforge Mystic. I guess I'll get a Cauldra and then try to draw a land or something? I don't know. I'm dead. It was a good time. I hope everyone had fun. Isn't this a good way to play Magic? Oh. I'm glad Bazaar Baghdad exists. Only produced fun games of Magic in its entirety, in its history. Never has a Bazaar game not been interesting. Not once. Riveting gameplay. Yeah, it's almost as big as my 7-drop. Land? Ah, my Dredge hate. It was 1 card down. So close. Imagine if I had seen that, and then I could have gone Lotus Sapphire. All right, cool. Well, it was a close game. Both teams fought hard. Unfortunately, my opponent was playing Bazaar Baghdad. All right, conclusions to wrap this up. Don't play this deck. This deck is and was predictably bad. No one could have seen this coming. Not even I, who put this deck together and knew that it was going to be bad. Yeah, Ragavan's still pretty sweet. I don't think this is the right shell for Ragavan, but... And I do think Stoneforge Mystic is like a lot closer to playable with Kaldra existing. Kaldra is a quick clock versus combo, and it makes your deck actually... makes your blue deck actually have a clock versus combo, which I really, really liked. True Name Nemesis was actually pretty good too, because we just got to play against a bunch of Bug. It's very good against Bug. I don't know, this is like a deck that kind of in theory works, but then in practice, it just doesn't. I don't really know why that this deck works, but Senpai's deck, this deck doesn't work, but Senpai's deck does. Like, it's not like I took out draw spells to, you know, fit in my creature package. I took out like a bunch of counter spells and interaction. So like I should still have the same like draw package besides not having Mystic Sanctuary. Maybe that's enough to not have Mystic Sanctuary. But it wasn't really feeling like not having Mystic Sanctuary was the reason we were losing games. It felt more like just like not drawing Preordain, Ancestral, and my Delve spells was the reason we lost a lot of games. Obviously, there were some games we lost due to pilot error, like the one where I chose to Fluster instead of Force. That was like very clearly my fault. But then there was a lot of games where we just didn't have the requisite cards to play Magic. And I'm not even sure the requisite cards to play Magic even existed. Like, at least, I guess, in Senpai's deck, there's one of Pithing Needle that you could maybe sneak a game out of. Dredge in game 1, but it's not like they have much more Dredge hate than we do. It's like, Dredge is just not a deck you see very much, so you don't worry about it too much anymore. Yeah, overall, this deck sucks. I'll be looking for something else to play for the next showcase and challenges. I'm not really sure what it's going to be. I've been very unimpressed with Saga Pio, which has led me to not really have something that I really enjoyed playing. Maybe the key is to go back to being a Bazaar gamer or something. Might have to become a Bazaar gamer. Maybe we'll play some Oath. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but you'll all see it when I figure out what the answer is, because I'll stream it. Upcoming news. Mana Traders has just announced that the next month, August, will be a Mana Traders Vintage month. So, you know, the thing we did in January where you play a bunch of qualifying matches and then you play a big Swiss tournament for 15K in prizes. That's happening again, starting, I guess, tomorrow. So look for a video and a stream sometime in the next week where I'm going to go over the metagame data for this year and very specifically for after Modern Horizons 2, to go over like what's performing well, what decks you're going to see. Basically going to do like a 2-hour talk through of the metagame and give an overview to players who have never played Vintage before. I did this in January and it's one of my better videos, I think. It was a really good piece of content for getting into Vintage, learning what the decks are, what decks you'll see, how they operate. So I plan to do another one of those videos in the next week. And then I'm obviously going to stream all my Mana Traders matches when I do them. Now that Storybook Brawl has already cut off its top 16 for its tournament, I don't think I'll stream that as much. And I can go back and do a bunch of Mana Traders streamed matches and preparation for the showcase, which is also this month. So it's going to be a lot of Vintage content coming up. Make sure you are on the lookout for that. If you want to make sure that you see that content when it comes out, make sure that you hit the follow button on Twitch, the subscribe button on YouTube. Both of those are free ways you can help the channel, and make sure that you know when new content comes out. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for making it all the way to the end, and I hope I see you at the next video.